Hey there, YouTube. This is Mr. Budget coming with you with another deck profile. I know it's been quite some time, but me and my Team BBN, have been gearing up for our Spring Fest coming up soon, this Memorial Day weekend. So, I know you guys seen a few videos we posted, a few fight videos, but you haven't seen the deck profiles to those decks, to those fights. So, on my end, I'm going to be showing you for the next couple of days up until our Spring Fest the few deck profiles that we haven't gotten out. So today is the updated Fenrir Genesis deck profile. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. Before we start, actually, we will, like I said, we will be at the New Jersey uh, Summer Spring Fest. Hope to see you guys there. If you guys want to come up to us and ask us any questions, we're more than glad to do that. If you're there, great. If not, we will be having a blog on our channel leading up to that, starting Friday, leading up to the Saturday and Sunday events. We will be posting our wins, hopefully no losses, but we will be posting the entirety of the days that we are there leading up to it and post after. So look forward to that. We will be going over our fight, our records, what did we go up against, how did we feel about the days that we went, how did we feel about our performance, and everything like that. But without further ado, Fenrir. So we're going to start with the main deck first. Of course, you know this is the Fenrir deck, so we're playing 4 copies of Mythical Beast Fenrir. If you've seen my other deck profiles, you already know what this card does, but a quick synopsis on it. 3 abilities. They allow you to tutor your entire deck for whatever you want out of from your soul. Superior call things, and also give you a bit of a control. Especially if you use Soul Blast skills during your opponent's turn, you're literally able to counterblast and revive those things to message your opponent's board. We'll play 2 copies of Mythical Destroy Beast Vanarnagander. Again, if you see my old video, you know what this does. This is a board wipe or a pop. In other words, in other situations, this can also be a Denial Griffin play. Very heavily, especially with the new grade 2 that we have in the deck. We'll get there. Finally, we will play 2 copies of Divine Sister Lepisto. So Lepisto is our overdress card. The reason why we play her is because I wanted to keep this deck in the format of the restanding swing for big number. Since we lost Tara, we can't really do the loop anymore, but at least we can get 2 big swings. Lepisto skill says, during your turn, if your drive check revealed a trigger unit, which in Genesis you can sort of manipulate the top card of your deck, Counterblast 2, and Restander +5. So the idea is to manipulate your deck to the point where you're ready to stack as much power on her. This is a Force 2 deck because we want to put the crit on the pistol to make her deadly. Drive check, hit the attack with her first. Drive check, hit the crit, restander. Hopefully your opponent can't guard anymore and swing for game. So that is the strategy. So it's more you're building towards that late game play, and you don't want to put all your ducks in one basket at one time. We're going to go straight into the grade 2s. We play 4 copies of Unappeasable Bitter Gleipnir. Unappeasable Bitter Gleipnir. So Gleipnir is our main grade 2 ride target that we're kind of looking for. Allow us to fetch things out of our soul. If Lepisto can't end the game, he will. Because you can also get him very big with trigger effects or whatever the case being. Swing, Soul Blast 1, get an extra 10k. Mind you, this is a Force 2 deck. So you can put the Force 2 on him, making him very deadly after Lepisto swings. Next, we go into Strongbow or Starry Night Ulysses. Ulysses is our draw engine. So at the end of the turn, at the end of the battle that he attacked the Vanguard, put him into Soul, draw a card, Soul Charge another card. So he's our double Soul Charge +1 draw. He replaces himself and also gives us 2 extra Soul to work with. Next is our other grade 2 ride target. This is Prometheus of Dancing Light. Prometheus is here to do revelation things. So when placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, check the top 2 cards. 1 card goes to your soul, 1 card stays on top of your deck. This is one of the ways that we manipulate the top card of our deck for Lepisto. Finally, we have our new grade 2 in the form of Reverent White Sorcerer Vertimer. Vertimer is here to help with our Denial Griffin plays. So Vertimer states, when this unit is placed on Guardian, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, choose one of your opponent's standing rear guards. Your opponent calls the top card of their deck onto that rear guard circle. The opponent's abilities do not activate. So the idea is to pop this into the Guardian circle, pay the cost, Soul Blast. Counterblast 1 is Soul Blast. So with this, Denial Griffin kind of header around thing, you need 2 Counterblast and 3 Soul Blast. Soul is not a problem. Counterblast is, so you need to be wary of that. We do have our counter charges in the deck. None of them are so great, but we do play as many as we can. So the idea is to place in the Guardian Circle, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3. One of the cards that you want to Soul Blast is Vonnegunder. That way, you use Fenrir's skill to revive this. So you remove one of the units that has not attacked yet, and also pop the unit that is attacking. So you technically get rid of 2 annoyances at once. So that is the strategy, that is the play. If your opponent doesn't see this happening, or your opponent walks into this, they will be very unhappy about it. Alright, so that is all of the grade 2s. Next, we're going to go right into the grade 1s. We played 3 copies of Mythic Beast Skull. This is our grade 3 searcher. We need to find as many ways to get Lepisto and Vonnegunder into our hand, and also Fenrir. So you need to be able to search. We play 4 copies of White Brush Arctic Witch. White Brush Witch Arctic. Arctic works the exact same way Prometheus works. This is another way for us to check the top 2 cards of our deck, put 1 into Soul, 1 to the top of the deck, allowing us to make sure that we have those triggers stacked. Next, we play 4 copies of Shacklefetter Galga. Galga is here to make sure that we keep we don't deck out for 1. He's also here to give all the power to our rear guards. So his skill states when he's in his soul, you can remove him from the soul, put him to the bottom of the deck, soul charge 1, give a unit +3 and stand it. Then if Fenrir is your vanguard, soul charge 1 more time and give another unit +3. So the idea is to give a unit +6, soul charge 2, returning to the bottom of the deck. And you want to get these into your soul as fast as possible, so that way you can perform all 4. 6 times 4 is 24. You want to give 24k power to Lepisto, which makes her a 37k beater on a crit. Restand +5, 37 +5, 42. So you get sizable numbers with this, and you want those numbers to push your opponent. And the last grade 1 we play is 1 Claimer Harry. Claimer Harry is our grade 1 counter charger, not the best one, but the one that we have. Generation Break 1. When a card is soul blasted, you can choose one of those cards that were soul blasted, return them to the bottom of the deck. If you do, counter charge 1. It is a hard once return per card. So if I were to play more of them, I can literally do more, but it clogs up the deck. And with Fenrir's skill, you can just search it out. So grade 0s, of course, we're playing the V-Ever starter. We're playing 1 copy of the Cater Overtrigger. We're playing 3 Perfect Guards. You may be wondering why. We just want to finish the game out as fast as possible. Draws are fine, but we also don't want to deck ourselves out. And again, we can tutor for these things out of our deck due to Fenrir skills, so we can search for them. The idea is to kind of just hit it hard. We play 4 crit. The reason why we're only playing 4 crit is because we were playing Force 2. Basically, everything on rear guards are going to be swinging with an extra crit, just enough pressure. We play 4 of the counter charging heal triggers because this deck blows through its counter blast like it's nothing. We need as much counter charging as possible. Again, we can search for these out to use for G Guardians and use their effects, but we need as much counter charge as possible. And last but not least, we play 4 copies of Dreaming Dragon. I could cut these down to 3 to bump up the draw PG up to 4, but this has been working for me. Dreaming Dragon here is the key to our not decking out strategy. Generation Break 1, at the end of your turn, return this card to the top of your deck. Return your entire drop zone to your deck. If 10 or more cards went, draw 1 card. It's great to get that 10 or more to draw 1 card, but this literally just throws everything back. If you were to draw into your Overtrigger or Soul Charge Overtrigger, it just throws it back. So that is the entirety of the main deck. We're going to go right through the G-Zone pretty quick because it hasn't really changed that much from last time because we don't have the new strides yet. I will be doing an updated deck profile when we get the new strides. So, as always, we're playing 4 copies of Mythical Destroy Beast without a gunner, the Stride version of the card. This card allows us Generation Break 2 to manipulate the top 4 cards of our deck, again for that little pistol play. We play 2 copies of Mythical Hellsky Beast Fenrir. Honestly, this is just flip fodder. We never really go into this, and if we have to, that means we're way behind in the game. We play 2 copies of Beast Slayer Military Deity Tier. Again, just another flip fodder target. Or if we're lacking on soul for whatever reason, this card just builds soul. So if we're going into a do nothing turn and we just need soul, we go into Tier. We play 1 copy of Marduk. Marduk is just our superior stride. If our opponent's on grade 2, we're on grade 3. If we really want to pop off, Soul Blast 6, Counter Blast 1, Generation Stride. We play 1 copy of Amaruta. Amaruta is here just to give a little bit more pressure. Counter Blast 1, choose one of our Varigars, gives it plus 10k, plus 1 crit. If we weren't able to bump Lepisto way up, this is just another option to give her another crit and another additional stack on top of her just to make her hit even harder. In addition to that, if you have 15 cards in Soul after the unit who got the 10k in crit, after she swings, Soul Blast 15 restand that unit. And then that unit has a Guard or Sentinel Guard Restrict. We play 1 copy of Goddess of Settlement, Pallas Athena. If it happens, it happens. This is the Generation Break 8. I have never gotten to a point where I needed to get to this point, but if I ever do, Soul Blast all the cards in your Soul. Give every unit, choose every unit on your board for every card that was Soul Blast plus 2k, and then this one get plus 10k in a crit. Again, it's just there to make numbers and to empty your soul, and then Dreaming Dragon throws it all back into the deck. If we ever got here, and A, the game has gone too long, or B, I did something wrong. And then we're going to go right into the G Guardians. We play 1 copy of Iris. Shove 3 things into the soul, plus 5k from your drop. Play 1 copy of Erd. Erd pretty much does the same thing as Iris, but you choose 4 cards, 1 of each grade. If you put all 4, plus 15k to the shield. 1 copy of Hashishiki. 10k shield. You choose one of your Varigars, reveal a copy of it in your soul. If you do, plus 10k to the shield. And then lastly, you play 2 copies of Witch of Accomplishment Liquor. This is just if you don't have a Dreaming Dragon and we need more cards in Soul, flip up a G Guardian, choose 3 normal units with the same grade in your drop zone, put them to your deck. If 3 or more went, plus 15k to the shield. We have a lot of 15ks, a lot of 10ks to the shield, and a lot of cards that can throw things back into your deck or into your soul, just so you can keep the game going. And like I said before, this is a Force 2 deck, so we only have 3 Force 2 markers, because that's really all we're going to really need. You shouldn't need to ride too much. Once you're on Fenrir, you're on Fenrir. That is the entirety of the updated Fenrir deck. So if you guys like what you saw, please like, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 200 subscribers. We're getting very, very close. Once we get to 200, we're thinking about doing something pretty crazy. I'm not going to say just yet what we decided on doing, but it'll be fun for our 200 subscriber episode. But keep that in mind. We're almost there. Please share this video. Talk about the channel. We're here to induct people into playing Vanguard at a low budget cost, and then from there they can gradually build up to higher heights. And as always, this has been Mr. Budget. See you later.